Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of A Taste with Toni. This is the third episode. Yay for consistency.
Be careful who you step to. Shit, we don't wait to set. I'm who you wanna be, so I don't try to impress you. Belly on my belt, shit, I'm grubbing out on the best food. Just on my enamel, I'm only talking.
So tonight's meal, we are making like an Asian persuasion type of ordeal. So it's a very simple meal, but we're upscaling it by adding a pineapple bowl. So I have my chicken, my carrots, my rice, my seasoning, soy sauce, and a special blend. Now I'll explain my special blend a little bit later, but first thing first, we have to tackle into cutting this pineapple. Deep sigh. Because y'all don't know, if I was having problems with cutting that onion, how challenging this may be. But we're about to get into it. So I have my knife set here, and let's not waste any more time. Let's just get started with cutting and prepping. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, first of all, I'm childish. Second of all, I wish things were so easy to where you just snap it and it's done. Because when I say I'll be in it, snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see it. No? Okay. Maybe not. So, from what I read, actually, from what I saw on TikTok, you're just supposed to cut it down the middle and then you'll scoop the inside. So, oh, y'all. I was expecting to cut into this and for it to be so hard, but it's actually tender. And it's actually easy. Either I have a really, really good knife set, wink, wink, or this is one tin of pineapple. Oh, it's juicy too, y'all. I really thought this was going to be so difficult, and I still don't know how the stem will go. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. Okay, I got to figure out the stem. Do I just... Be right back. You gotta go to TikTok University. Okay, they made it look super easy. All they really did was like the same, like cutting down the middle. I don't even know what to start. First of all, knife upside down. This is the hardest part. Pineapple smells so good. I can't wait to cut it so I can eat some of it. Yeah, the stem is the hardest part, for sure. But guess what, y'all? We did it! Isn't that so beautiful? Look at it. I promise y'all, it be the small things that make me happy. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to just take one at a time so that I can make sure I'm actually taking the time. Oh, babe. I lost the edge, didn't it? Lost the track, didn't it? But I'm going to take it one at a time. So let's talk. First of all, let's talk TV. Which is so odd for me because I've said it a million times. I'm not really one who watches a lot of TV. Ow, that kind of sticks. I'm not one that watches a lot of TV, but I started back watching Reasonable Doubt off of Hulu. So the gag is, I had already watched like the first and second season. And when I say I love me some Jax, like, oh my God, talk about comeback queen. And it's like, she a bulldog, man. Look, I look so horrible cutting this. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I never said I was a chef. But, oh, that looks so good. I can't wait to eat it. But, it's the foodie in me. You got to go back to a couple of other videos from the past to know what that means. It's the foodie in me. Don't judge me. But, so Jax is a bulldog. But the episode that I left off on was, of course, you know, if you haven't watched the show, so the backstory is her husband had an outside affair and he got this young lady pregnant, but then she lost the baby. So now the girl is like suing, saying that, hey, you were the reason I lost the baby. I don't know exactly what she's suing for, but she got a case on her hand, obviously, because they've been going back and forth with litigation about how much money they're gonna settle for, NDAs, different stuff like that. So Jack's husband was just like, you know, I think she just need closure. I need to talk with her. Just human to human. Real life, Jackson wasn't going for it because I think it's like my opinion on it. I think she knows that her husband loves her, even though the situation is crazy. I think she knows that her husband loves her, but she doesn't like the fact that her husband still has some type of like emotional ties to his mistress, which is understandable. Granted, perfect. I mean, like, that's understandable. But y'all, why in the last episode I watched, the girl said that she would do away with the one, it was like 1 million, like 1.5 million lawsuit settlement if she spent one night with the husband. Because what would you do is like either pay this girl 1.5 million or let her have one night with your husband. And it's just so crazy. So I don't know what Jax is gonna do. I can't even, like, just looking at the duality of it. Okay, let's look at it. So if Jax say, yeah, I'll let you yeah, have one night. Because they never said what they were gonna do in that one night. They could be sitting up there playing Uno all night for all we know. Who knows? Even the husband, like, you know nothing is gonna happen in that one night. She looked at him, she said, well, does she know? And then I really hate that I hate that the character's name is Toni, because that's not how we act. That's not how, Well, I feel like Toni sometimes get a bad rep, like, based on their characters. I think of Toni from Girlfriend, even though Toni from Girlfriend was not the problem. But we're not going to get into that today. But, I don't know, like, what would y'all do? Because, like, in a sense, even if nothing happens on that one night, if she ever run into Toni, all Toni could do was give her a look, and she gonna, like, that is going to be in the back of her head, like, was my husband telling me the truth about that one night he spent with Toni? Or so am I just supposed to like scoop it out? Maybe I should get a spoon. Maybe. And I am going to just put it in like a regular bowl because, oh y'all, let me just taste it. I'm just going to taste it, make sure. I'm going to taste it, make sure ain't no wrong. Oh, if y'all can see my toes right now, they like this. My toes are curled, y'all. Oh. So this is the only thing about cooking. So usually when I would cook, by the time it's time to eat, I'll be full because the incorrect English. Hold on, wait. I would never buy pineapples that's already been cut ever again. Ever again. Why you say? Because they're not that juicy. Dang. I hope this don't shoot my credibility if I ever want to cook for people. They be like, hey, she can't cook for me. She be back there eating off that plate. This is my food, so I can do that. Look, I don't know what I got that bowl for, y'all. I promise for the next one, I'm gonna do right. Also, fun fact, I'll give y'all this one for free. I also like themed dinners. So say for instance, since I'm cooking a pineapple bowl and I wanted to like watch a movie with it, I'll watch like 50 First Dates, Couples Retreat, just to name a few. And like if you have kids, you can do the same thing. Like for instance, you can watch Lilo and Stitch, you can watch Moana, even SpongeBob. So I like cute little ideas like that. Anything to make it like, I don't know if it's like the drama in me, I don't know, the theatrics, but I love a good theme. Now my intentions are to have pineapples to eat for the rest of the week, but I don't know how they're gonna look, y'all. So this is taking longer than didn't expect it. So I'm about to wrap this up so that we could get the show on the road, and then like, I almost ate it. It's just so like juicy. Okay, so we have cleaned out or gutted the pineapple. Next thing is, I do plan on putting the pineapple in the oven just because of preference. I don't too much care for cold food, so I know that once I put my rice in there and once I put my chicken in there, I don't think I'm gonna like the fact that underneath it's gonna be cold. So I'm just gonna preheat the oven, get it a little bit warm. It don't have to be like scorching hot, but just so that I can have that little bit of preference for myself. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to clean the chicken, clean the rice, because I have not done it yet. I just put, you know, everything out for the display. So let's move to the second part of the show. Moment, we've just cleaned the chicken, just cleaned the rice. So what I'm actually going to do on screen is show you all how I make my rice. And I know many people are probably thinking like, it's easy, it's just rice, but I literally learned probably how to make the perfect rice a month and a half ago. Because before then, it's like, I don't know what I was doing wrong. I don't know if I was putting too much water or too little water, but what was supposed to be rice ended up being like mashed potatoes. So I'm going to show you on screen what I do and how I make it so that y'all can see and y'all can have rice that come out really good. Now I am going to fry this rice. The thing is, like, stir fry rice, excuse me, tastes better on a second day old rice, but I already used my rice that I made yesterday for breakfast, so we have to do a fresh batch. But it's not the end of the world, because the way I make my rice It's good whether you eat it on the first day or the second day. Y'all couldn't have thought I was cooking this on the stove. My handy dandy rice cooker, which makes everything easy and simple. Okay, so I already have 2 cups of rice in the bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this up, stick this in here. Now I will let you know that the number of cup of rice you scoop needs to be the number that you also use in water when you are going in and when you're, you know, finishing it off. So what I do is I just take the same measuring utensil, 2 cups of water. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna do that same measurement. Pour 1 cup in, and then I'm gonna do the second one. Give it a little shake so that the water is covering the rice. And here's just a visual of how that looks. And then from there, it's simple. Just close the lid. We're going to be using the function 1, which is rice. We're gonna let that cook right there for a moment. Most of the time goes into prepping the food and actually cooking the food, because a lot of the dinners that I've been making only takes about 30 to an hour, maybe 30-45 minutes to make. It's more so of the prepping of the food that takes a little bit longer. And then I also try to wash dishes as I go, because baby, I ain't never been jealous of somebody that got kids until it was time to do dishes. Never. I'm gonna use a little bit of seasoning salt because the actual sauce for the chicken is gonna do all the work as far as like the flavor goes. But we're using onion powder, seasoned salt, pepper, and soy sauce. And then I'm gonna put this on after I cook the chicken. But basically this mixture is like my surprise mixture. Well, it's not really a surprise because I'm gonna share it, but it's the now how I end up finding out that those 2 flavors work together. Many years ago, I don't know if I was in college or I was around the age of like early 20s, had to be either late teens or early 20s, but we're gonna go with early 20s. And like every young girl do in the city of Meridian at that time is we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. So I was with my childhood best friend, and one thing about it, like when we were younger, and I know the college kids can definitely vouch for this, it's like you had to be creative with the fun that you were gonna have, because it was gonna be broke fun and you had to make your inch go a mile. So I've always liked sweet heat type of flavors. She liked barbecue, and I was real firm. I was like, I don't want to eat that. But we only had enough money to order like 1 10 or 20 piece as a surprise. So I was like, we just gonna have to mix it and see what it tastes like. When I say that was the best decision we could have made, that was the best decision we could have made, because it came out tasting so good. It's usually what I coat my chicken in if I'm making like wings, or if I'm making like a pineapple bowl. That's usually my go-to, because it gives the perfect mixture of that sweet heat flavor. And I think that's going to pair so well with the pineapple, because you have your spiciness and then you also have your sweetness that comes from the pineapple. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to pan out. Now I must say, everything smells so good right now. We have the chicken cooking, the pineapple is in the oven, the rice is still cooking. So we're just going to go ahead and chop up these carrots so that when the rice is done, we can throw it in the pan and we can get to frying everything. Now I want a picture show idea. You know how they always have like cooking shows, and it's like baking shows, who's the best cook. They even got it to where like it's like children cooks and stuff like that. They need to have a show for average cookers, and the prize is like who gets better over time. I would watch that, because imagine taking cookers like myself, because I'm not a pro, and seeing like them use all the wrong stuff and cut the wrong way, and just seeing them grow on the show. Maybe is that too positive? But no, like it could be funny though. It could really be funny with the right script and the right cast, and I think they should star me in it. And if I see this idea come to pass, this is me verbally trademarking it. Y'all can't use it, but y'all can use it if y'all put me on the show. But I think that'll be a cool little idea. I can only imagine what I would do in like a full kitchen, where I can really just, because like my kitchen, like I mess with it because it's my kitchen and I set it up to how I like it. But I do know, like imagine like the different types of stove. Like even when I cook my pizza, because I also like to make pizza from home. I don't like eating out, y'all. I really don't. But imagine having like an oven. I think it's like a brick oven. Ooh, oven roasted. Like, oh my gosh, I would have a field day with a, I was gonna say with the fireplace as an oven, but that is not the correct term for it. But y'all know what I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I think that would be an awesome show. Who do I contact to give that idea to? What producers do I reach out to? Maybe Jordan, the one that throws his glasses. Maybe him. He already got a foot into the cooking industry. Maybe he can set that up. Because you have to have a good host too. Like, you gotta have a good host to be like, oh, you're using that for that. Because if they saw the fact that sometimes I use a fork instead of a spatula, I'm pretty sure there's a cook somewhere like, oh my god. Or like, even when I'm cutting stuff, they probably like, girl, you are 1 inch from cutting off your fingertips. But did I die though? Did I die? I know this, but I also know that I have horrible motor skills when it comes to cutting, so I have to get in a little bit close. Yeah, you know I know about the motor skills, did you? Oh, and actually, that's another thing. I think that they should incorporate cooking, like at nursing homes and stuff like that, as like occupational therapy, like their fine motor skills, because this would actually strengthen a lot of people, and not just nursing home. Like, I think about, you know, students and stuff with disabilities. This would actually be a good trait to incorporate. Like, if you're cooking and you have a child with a disability, giving them like a safety knife and having them to cut the vegetables up and things of that sort, that would definitely help build their motor skills. So, another fun tip. I should be thinking of the most random things, but all to include like ways to improve quality of life for people. Love it for me. Like I said, I make some of the best rice, but again, like, my rice be jumping. I'm gonna stir it around so the butter can spread throughout the rice. It's already melting. That's how hot this rice is. And the crazy thing is, like, usually when I'm serving rice, I don't put like salt or anything in it. I'll just use the butter and let people add salt to their own liking. Because if you're anything like me, some people don't like salt in their rice, and then others like to add different seasonings, like the mixture that we have from Buffalo Wild Wings. I even like to put lemon pepper in my rice sometimes too. Like, oh my gosh, if you have not had lemon pepper in rice, honey, you don't know what you're missing. Finished cooking my chicken. I am going to now add that mixture. Make sure it all get out. No sauce left behind, baby. And then I'm gonna put the top on, and we're gonna shake. And then just make sure that all the sauce is evenly dispersed. Y'all, look at this. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Ooh. Smell the spices. And here we have the finished product, y'all. Oh, I came back from last week. That Salisbury steak. I came back. This look good. Now let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. God is great. God is good. Let's thank us for food. I say, well, good, whatever. Amen. Bless the cook, bless the food, and let it be a nourishment to my body. Hallelujah. My mouth is watering, y'all. That's the foodie in me. We already know the rice gonna do it every time. If I don't do nothing else, if I ain't do nothing else today, I did this right here. I want to taste a little bit of the pineapple with that spice. Cut the tape.
Be careful who you step to. Shit, we don't wait to sense. I'm who you wanna be, so I don't try to impress you. Belly on my milk, shit, I'm grubbing out on the best food. Just on my enamel, I'm only talking.